Hello everyone. Right, so we'll discuss about the conditional get. So as we have already studied that in an HTTP there are two types of messages. One is request message and the other one is response message. In that request message, one of the method we are used was get. Okay, but now we are speaking about the conditional get. Now what is this conditional get is? See, this conditional get request message will actually be sent by web cache to the web server. Now for an example, let me assume that the browser is requested for one of the image. Now what happens? Now for the first time, now the browser will first sends the request. That request first it will reach the web cache. Web cache will search for that image if it is present in that web cache itself or not. If that image is not present in the web cache, then this web cache will send a request to the web server. Now this web server gives the response by sending that file, that image. Now that image, the copy of that image will be stored in web cache, and again this web cache will send that image to the browser also. Now okay, fine, this is what the process has done. Now when this web server sends that image to the web cache, along with that image it will also send the file related information to the web cache. That is, so when that file is modified, what is the last modified date, okay, so all this information will be sent to the web cache, right. So now let me assume that after some 1 week or 2 weeks, one more client or one more browser requests for the same image. Now that image is available in web cache itself. That image is available in web cache itself. But this web cache should confirm that that image what has been stored already, was that file or the image is updated or not, or modified or not in the web server. So since this web cache wants to know whether this file is modified as modified or not in the web server, so this web cache will send a conditional get request to the web server. Now how the request will be? See, this is the request get, and this is what the image it wants to get it, and this is the HTTP version, this is the normal, and followed with the headers host and www that URL address, and this is what the condition is, if modified since. So this date, whatever the date it was received earlier by the web server to the web cache, the same last modified date, the same date will be copied in the if modified scene. Now when this is called as conditional get. Now when this conditional get request, when it's sent to the web server, now web server will verify whether is that image as modified after that date. That means this Wednesday 7 September 2011, whether it is modified after this date or not. If it is modified, then the web server will resend the modified image. If it is not modified, then that web server will send an response with a status code 304 and a status phrase not modified. Okay, so that means that, so since the image is not modified here, so it will send only the text phrase, status phrase as not modified, and it will not send the image one more time. So this type of get, we call this as conditional get, that will be done by web cache in order to know whether that file or the image as modified after this date or not. Okay, so this is all about the conditional get. Thank you.